Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Violet, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I think is very important but I don't see online really anywhere unless you specifically search for it. I'm in a lot of spiritual forums or communities online and nobody really talks about it anymore. About 5 years ago I was really active in the Amino communities. If you saw some of my videos, you would see that I sponsored one of them. It was because it was my baby. I created that community. It's pretty big now, but I'm no longer involved in it. But I covered this on that community. I talked about it a lot, and that was the only place I ever really saw it. So I thought I would share it. Whenever I started my journey 7-8 years ago, my mom talked to me about it, but I don't think a lot of the baby witches or people new to the community really know about it. And that is coming up with your craft name, your spiritual name, your witchy name. It goes by all of these, but it is really just a name that represents you and embodies you, symbolizes you. In this video, I'm going to be going over what it is, how to come up with one, and do's and don'ts of coming up with your craft name. So a craft name is a name that either you come up with for yourself or a higher leader gives to you. In some witchy communities, there are hierarchies, or if you have a mentor, they may give you a name. However, most people end up coming up with their name on their own, as I did. There are different ways you can come up with your name. You can use numerology. I will link a chart down below with how to create a witchy name from numerology. Another way is compiling a list of descriptive words that describe you as a person or that hold a lot of power to you, and rearranging those words in ways that fill you with energy. You could also create a ritual to ask a deity that you hold near and close to you for your witchy name. Another thing you can do is to meditate and ask your guides for guidance on picking out your craft name. This is what I did, and this is what I think would probably be the best. Coming up with descriptive words for yourself and then picking them out is more of a conscious decision, while meditating and asking for guidance is a more intuitive way to come up with your craft name. I would suggest this. If you try it a few times and it doesn't work out, maybe move on to using the other ones, but I could just be biased because that's how I picked mine out. A craft name is beneficial to have if you are in a witchy community that you're not too sure about whether you can trust people with your real name. It's kind of sad to say, but not everybody's doing this for the good. Not everybody's trying to better the world and is all sunshines and rainbows. Some people really do want to cause harm, and that's all I can really say. It's upsetting, but you do need to keep yourself protected. That's a huge part of what witchcraft is, and practicing is just protecting yourself, and this is a major component in keeping yourself safe. If you are online and you want to have a presence with your witchy abilities and capabilities, you need to protect yourself, because online you are even more vulnerable. Everyone's online. Everybody. You don't know what their intentions are. So make sure that your intentions are clear and that you are protected. Having a craft name is also important because it can bring you a sense of confidence and a sense of power in your spell work. I know some people who add a little mark of like their initials of their craft name below sigils, or add it to candle work, carve it into the candles just to add more power. Sort of like how people can add their blood or add their spit to give their spells more power. Adding your name to the spell also does the same thing. Now I'm going to go over a couple do's and don'ts. Don't name yourself Lady of Morgana or Lady of Earth or something like that. You're going to come across a bunch of Lady ofs. Try to be as unique as possible. That is the biggest advice. Be as unique as possible. Do not name yourself after a deity. Do not name yourself after a god or goddess. It is highly, highly disrespectful. Something I've also seen that people do is Google, what's my craft name? You see one of those pictures where it gives the months and different options for the name, and then it gives days and then the second part of the name. Don't do that. Don't do that. That has no meaning. somebody on Pinterest made that. No. Make it unique to yourself. Something important to consider is the longevity of your name. And by that I mean, when you were 60 years old and you're still in this community, will you be embarrassed whenever you introduce yourself as this name? Hi, I'm Hufflepuff Rainbow. No, you're not. You're 60 years old. What is your craft name? That is a name you come up when you were 15. Don't. Please don't. As I said before, be unique. Please be unique. It gives yourself power. It gives yourself importance. You are renaming yourself as this. Make it special. And I know that I said being unique is the biggest piece of advice I can give you. I lied. Using your intuition. That is the biggest piece of advice that I could give you. Unless it was given to you by a mentor. Using your intuition is the best way to come up with your name. Now that I've kind of explained what a craft name is, how you come about it, do's and don'ts, those type of things, I'm going to tell you how I came up with mine and what mine means. So as you can tell from the beginning of this video, I introduced myself as Violet. I came up with the name Violet Thames when I was about 16 or so, and as I went along my path, it never changed. I never felt like, I don't like this name. I knew from the moment that I picked it out that it was something special, it meant a lot to me, and it represented me. And not until recently did I really know what Claire Violet meant to me. But before I tell you what it actually means, I'm going to tell you how I got to it. So I did just a normal meditation. I like to meditate laying down. It makes me most comfortable. If you meditate sitting up, you can do that as well. I was outside. My mom's house, where I was practicing at the time, was very secluded and full of nature, sort of like this is. So I was laying down outside in the grass, very quiet, just getting into my zone. I think I was listening to some music. I just got into a meditative state, and I went in with the intention saying, what is my craft name? What is my spiritual name? What should I refer to myself as in spiritual communities? Violet Thames, that's just what I heard, and I've never stopped calling myself that. And it's been 7 years. Lots of longevity to that because it sounds like a real name. After it, I went straight to Google and I was like, Violet Thames. Nobody exists with that name. So I was like, ooh, even better. It's even more unique. Recently, probably within the past 2 months, I was doing a meditation, which I do regularly at night. I suggest doing that if you don't already. Before I go to sleep, I get in a meditative state. Sometimes I ask a question or ask for guidance on a certain situation. This night, I just wanted to know what Violet Thames meant. And obviously, violet means obviously violet, the color violet. Violet is the color of spirituality, of magic, and Thames is Thames. I am taming the spiritual energy, my enlightenment, my path. I think it is a great representative of what my journey in my life is going to be, is trying to tame my spirituality, figure out where I'm going next, how to use my energy and spirituality for my next step, and just my journey. I think it was a really beautiful meditation when I came across the meaning, because I felt like my whole mind just was like that makes so much sense. I have always felt a lot of power from the color purple. Some people like to use colors like I did, and they might do it based on their aura. But however, auras change. My aura, I don't believe, has ever been purple. It might be now. I don't know. I don't really check up on that. But it holds a lot of power to me, and I will continue to go by Violet Thames until the day I frickin' die, I guess, because it means that much to me. Do try and find a craft name that is that important to you, that you want to be referred to that until the end of times, because it will give you even more power. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I hope that this was enlightening for you. If you have any questions for me down below, please ask. And if you do have a craft name that you've already came up with, leave it down below as well. If this helped you create yours, let me know how you came about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.